Alright, my people, a controversial discussion is spreading rapidly online after reports emerges claiming that Cambodia no longer wants Africans in their country. Yes, social media posts indicate that African nationals are being ordered to leave and return home, creating confusion, outrage, and heated debates. But what is actually happening in Cambodia? Okay, this is what is happening. The Cambodian government has issued an official immigration notice through its General Department of Immigration. According to the announcement, a temporary visa granted to certain foreign nationals is ending, and individuals who remained in the country illegally after the deadline may face arrest, imprisonment, and fines and deportation. That is what the announcement is all about. The notice specifically affects foreigners who have overstayed or failed to regularize their immigration status. Authorities stated that anyone remaining in Cambodia illegally after that grace period expires could face legal consequences, including up to 2 years in prison and substantial financial penalty. As a matter of fact, as the news spread online, many interpreted the announcement as a blackout ban on Africans, citizens from countries such as Ghana, Kenya, Cameroon, Uganda, Nigeria, and others were frequently mentioned in the various posts. However, Cambodia has officially rejected claims that all Africans are being expelled. They insist that the policy targets undocumented migrants and individuals without valid legal status, not Africans as a whole. So right now, this controversy has also drawn attention to a much deeper issue: Cambodia's ongoing battle against international scam operations and human trafficking networks. Listen to me very carefully. For years, criminal syndicates have operated scam compounds in parts of Southeast Asia, including Cambodia. Many victims are recruited through false promises of employment. Young people, including Africans searching for economic opportunities abroad, are often offered what appear to be legitimate jobs, only to discover that they have been trapped in exploitative conditions. Are you getting me? Some are reportedly forced to work long hours running online scams, while others experience intimidations, abuse, and restrictions on their freedom. In many cases, they become victims of human trafficking rather than willing participants. At the same time, it is important to acknowledge that not everyone involved is a victim. Some individuals knowingly participate in criminal activities. Nevertheless, allowing the actions of a few to define an entire community creates unfair stereotypes and damages the reputation of innocent people. This is where the conversation becomes more complicated. Many people who support strict immigration enforcement argue that every country has the right to protect its border and enforce its laws. That principle is widely accepted. Yet, there is a difference between enforcing immigration laws and celebrating the mistreatment of people because of their race, nationality, or appearances. When public discussion shifts from addressing illegal immigration to attacking entire groups of people, the debate becomes dangerous. A person's skin color should never be treated as an evidence of guilt. So the reality is that discrimination often does not distinguish between nationalities. Whether someone comes from South Africa, Ghana, Kenya, Uganda, Nigeria, Botswana, or any other African nations, they may still face the same prejudice simply because they are Africans. This broader concern was highlighted through the story of South African woman who described being physically assaulted and intimidated while working abroad in Asia. According to her account, she struggled to receive justice and felt powerless against a system that appeared unwilling to protect her rights.
So, I'm from South Africa. I'm currently based in Shanghai, China, and I work as a kindergarten teacher. On Wednesday, August 23rd, during a disagreement, the HR manager at my job, a guy, punched me on my face. After he punched me and I was screaming, trying to get out of his office, he pushed me down on the couch, telling me that I needed to sit down. I screamed and I was trying to get my phone so I can take pictures and videos of what was happening. Instead, he grabbed my phone and said he didn't have my phone anymore. I don't know how I got out of the office, but somehow I got out, and I was running in the passage of this kindergarten trying to get help. There were various women there. All of them just watched and did nothing. I managed to run to the stairs, but by the time I got to the stairs, he was already there. He was preventing me from going past him. I was screaming, but he was pulling me, preventing me from leaving. I don't know what came to my head, but I thought about a different exit, and I ran towards the different exit, but he was chasing me. And during the time that he was chasing me, he was singing a song, humming a song, as though to distract me in case so that I can fall and he can catch me. I managed to get out of the building, and there was another lady outside the building shouting for the securities officers to close the gate so I wouldn't get out. But what happened is the security officer made a mistake. Instead of closing the gate, he opened the gate, and then I ran, managing to get out. By the time I got out, I had no shoes on, no socks on. They had taken my phone. I had no bag on. It was just me and nothing on my hands. I didn't know what to do, so I started walking on the streets, and I came across a young Chinese lady. Asked her if she speak English, and she said yes. I asked her to call the cops. She called the cops arrived, and we went back to the kindergarten. When we arrived at the kindergarten, they had gathered everything that belonged to me in the table, telling me that the reason why they were preventing me from leaving is because they wanted me to calm down so they can call the cops to resolve the issue, despite the fact that I wasn't feeling safe, and that is why I wanted to run away. Then the guy who had punched me told the cops that he did not punch me, that I hit my eye on the couch. I asked them to release the CCTV footage of the building while I was running, and they said they don't have it. We went to the police station. At the police station, the vice principal who saw everything happen said that she didn't see anything, and that when this guy might have hit me, she was on the phone, so she didn't see anything. When I arrived there, the cops basically told me that my visa is expiring next week, and I do not have proof that this guy hit me, and therefore I needed to settle. Feeling like I didn't have a choice, I ended up settling for compensation. I'm making this video because there are so many of us out here who are suffering under the hands of our employers, who continue to disobey the law and treat us very poorly. And I'm also making this video because I feel very powerless in this situation. They told me that if I talk to anybody or go to the media about the situation, then they would sue me and I would have to go to jail or get deported. They also threatened to put me on some teachers' blacklist in China so that I would never get a job in China. They also refused to give me any documents that would allow me to work anywhere else in China during this moment. But I'm not okay with just keeping quiet and pretending like this is okay and nothing happened. And I hope if you're seeing this video, you pass it to as many people as possible so that people know that this happened to me.
Her experience serves as a reminder that many Africans living overseas continue to face challenges ranging from workplace exploitation to racial discrimination. The larger lesson is simple: the wrongdoing of a small group should never be used to condemn millions of innocent people. Criminals should face consequences for their actions, but collective punishment and prejudice only deepen divisions. If communities fail to stand together against discrimination, they make it easier for others to justify unfair treatment. Respect, fairness, and equal treatment should apply to everyone, regardless of nationality. Look, countries have the right to enforce their laws. At the same time, humanity requires that those laws be applied fairly, without hatred, prejudice, or racial bias. The discussion surrounding Cambodia's immigration enforcement is therefore not only about visas or border control. It is also about dignity, justice, and the importance of refusing to judge entire population based on the actions of a few individuals. That is the reason why the world cannot afford to ignore this. So guys, what is happening in Cambodia is not something that is discrimination. It's just about making sure that you obey the laws of Cambodia. Yes, that is what is actually happening over there. What do you think about the whole story? What is happening in Cambodia? Whatever it is, just let it be in the comment section. Thank you for watching this channel.